Hello and welcome to your monthly reading for December. We're going to take a look at the energy that is coming up for the rest of the year. But before that, I want you to go into this reading with the intention of understanding what is something that you want to experience before the year ends. What is something that you missed out on throughout this rest of the year? Because a month is still a lot of time. You can change your life within a matter of 5 minutes. As Alan Watts says, you do not have to be the same person that you were 5 minutes ago. And with that being said, I want you to understand what you want to do, what you want to experience, whether that be a relationship, love, a new job, and try to step into that feeling fully, because your mind plays a lot of tricks on you, and your mind can also heal you in a way that you never thought possible, because living in your mind is what we do anyway. Our life is based on our interpretation of the 3D world through our own consciousness, through our hearts, through our minds, through our spirit. And if you are not happy with the way that you are living right now, you can change that by merely changing your perspective. And with that being said, with the sense of experience being from a place of, I hope, freedom and peace, I'm going to pull an oracle card from the Wild Woman Oracle, just to get that sense of what is it that you really need, if there isn't anything that you were really striving for right now for this rest of the year. 1, new opportunities, new experiences. Rewilding with Grandmother Moon. Rewilding. Going back to the basics. Going back to things that you have lost sight on. I feel like you might be going too detail-oriented into everything that you were trying to do. And because of that, you're not looking at the big picture of what life is actually meant to be. It's meant to be something of pleasure and of experience. And the more that you hyperfixate on everything that isn't working out, and also the more that you hyperfixate on all the little things in your life, whether it be money, whether it be love, whether it be friendships, or anything else that is a concern for you, you aren't looking at the big picture of things that you can be grateful for, that even if you don't have the relationship with the love of your life yet, you still have family that love you. You still have self-love that you can focus on. If you don't have your dream job yet, you can step back and take a look at the fact that you do have a job already. You do have a sense of stability, especially with the economy that we're going through. So go back to the basics. Go back to understanding that not everything is as detail-oriented as it needs to be. Some things are just there, and some things you really need to take a step back and take a look at what it is that you actually have in your vicinity. Absolutely beautiful deck of cards. So, what is the energy for the rest of this year after all of that yapping? 5 of Pentacles, sense of lack mentality, sense of not having the proper finances to be able to push yourself forward. And that goes back to the idea that you can't have too much or enough of something that you don't actually need, which is why it's so important for you to understand what you actually want to experience this rest of the year and the year that is coming up. What is it that you want and why? If you want a lot of money, why do you want a lot of money? What are you going to do with that money? Are you going to hoard it, or are there actually experiences that you can achieve right now in this present moment? And with that being said, let's go back to the fact that happiness is habitual. If you are hyper-fixating on all of the goals that you have of, I will be happy when I make a lot of money, I will be happy when I get into a relationship, I will be happy when I move. Happiness is habitual. If you think that way, you are never going to be happy, because once you get the things that you think that you want, it's going to be another goal after the next of, okay, well, I have this now, but I'm still not happy, so how do I push forward? And therefore, you're living in the future. Yes, hope is good. Having hope for things being better is a good thing, but you have to remember to live in the present moment. You have to remember to stop being a sense of lack mentality of thinking that things are going to be better as soon as something happens. Because what if tomorrow doesn't happen? Tomorrow is never promised, not to be bleak by any means, but this is your reminder that you have to live in the present moment. The only thing that you can control is the now, because you can't change the past, you can't control the future, you can only control your energy in the present moment. So what are you going to do with that energy? Are you going to be excited, or are you going to allow yourself to be miserable in thinking that things are going to get better once I get that one thing that I'm striving for? Thinking that way also keeps you unmotivated, because yes, you do have a sense of wanting to work towards things to be better, but at the same time, it comes from a place of spite. It comes from a place of, again, misery, as I mentioned. But if you do things from a place of excitement, from a place of experience, and from a place of just simply wanting to grow and have the full human experience, that is when things get more exciting. And that is when you understand that you don't have to work hard to make a lot of money. You don't have to work hard and bend and break for people just for them to be in your life, when there are better people out there for you. Once you learn to trust yourself, once you learn to love yourself, and once you learn to see that you are enough. You are enough and you have enough. You do not need more. You need to learn to appreciate everything that you have in the present moment. This could be an issue with the holidays and not being able to buy as many gifts as you want, or not being able to, experience things financially that you are trying to experience. And that is why it's so important for you to understand why you want to do the things that you want to do. Why do you want to experience the things that you want to experience? Because at the end of it, it might not be about money. It might not be about having a relationship. It might go back to the basics of you learning to love yourself, of you learning that you are enough, of you learning that just because you don't have everything that you think you want doesn't mean that you can't be happy in the present moment, because that is where happiness lies. Nine of Swords is falling out. Do not fall into depressive episodes. I feel like the holidays this year, for obvious reasons, are a little bit tough. And you have to remember to celebrate that. Even if you think that being cynical is a way for you to be less naive, that is not the case. Because if we don't remember to dance in the present moment, we have nothing to fight for. We have no reason to have hope for a better future. And that is where you have to change your perspective a lot. Things seem very tough, but you are the creator of your reality. There's a saying that it's not about what happens to you, but about your reaction to it. You can't change the 3D. You can't control everything that is happening in the world. You can't even control all the things that are happening within you, but you can control how you react to them. You can understand that everything is a matter of ebb and flow. What comes down will always come up. But if you allow your perspective to be one of the fact that everything is going to be okay, you are capable, and you are at a basic level enough for yourself and for the people who love you, then you are not going to have a downward spiral when things go up and down. You are going to have an upward spiral of things getting better, even if you have the basic human experiences of being in pain once in a while, of being depressed once in a while. It is normal, but it's a matter of how you react to it. Are you going to allow yourself to spiral and focus on the fact that nothing is working out? Or are you going to understand that you can't control everything, but you can enjoy the present moment? You can find things that are giving you more pleasure. You can focus on being happy. You can focus on that sense of hope, and you can focus on the fact that you have to live every single day. Because if you are waiting for amazing things to happen instead of making them happen now, first of all, it's greed. You're being greedy with your time. But second of all, I lost my train of thought. Forget it. I forgot the second thing that I was going to say. That's how important it was. With that being said, greed, sense of stability, sense of fear of losing what you already have. And again, that goes back to the idea of survival. That goes back to the idea of control. And that is something that I struggle with. But we have to understand that we can't control everything. We can't control anything, frankly, because everything is uncertainty. The bad things are uncertain in our life, but so are the good things. But because of that, the good things can be better than we expect them to, because we can't predict that. We can't predict the amazing things that are going to come to us. So stop being so greedy with your time. Stop being so greedy with money, with your heart. You have to learn to be vulnerable. Yes, you are going to feel pain, because that is part of the human experience. But if you don't allow pain into your life, you're not allowing anything into your life. You're not allowing the good things in your life. And that is why you feel so stuck and so in your head, because you try to control everything. You try to control the little minuscule level of sanity that you think that you need. But if you stop trying so hard, the more that you hyperfixate on something, the more that it controls you, by the way, the more that it has power over you. So start focusing on the pleasures, start focusing on the good things, start taking risks. You need to learn to take risks this December. Because being greedy with the important things in your life are keeping you very isolated. It's keeping your mind in a place of, if I take risks, I might not survive. And yes, that is important for, when we were cavemen, when we needed to survive in order to continue reproducing and continue living life. But right now, it is not the same. You have to learn to take risks, and you have to learn to pay attention to all the opportunities that are right in front of you. And as I said, what you hyperfixate on is what has power over you. And right now, you're hyperfixating on everything going wrong. You're hyperfixating on all the bad things in the world, whether it be in your own personal life or in literally the way that our world is functioning right now, with the economy, with politics, with wars, with everything that isn't going the way that we want them to go. But we can't change that. On a basic level, you can, let me explain, with your energy, because your energy does affect the rest of the world. Your energy will cause a domino effect of everything else in the universe changing eventually. But again, the only thing that you can change is your energy. And if you change your energy in the present moment, you can change the world, but it is going to be slow. And that is why it is important to take a look at everything from from the outside in. Stop paying attention to all the little things that aren't working out, because you are going to drive yourself absolutely mad. You are going to be depressed, you are going to be anxious, and nothing is ever going to work out. But if you pay attention to that sense of hope, and if you start taking risks that everything is going to work out in your life, and you're going to start taking risks just simply in a sense of following pleasure rather than following the sense of anxiety and depression and stress and frankly responsibilities, because nothing is ever as serious as we make it out to be, and nothing is ever as bad as we make it out to be as well. That is the power of uncertainty. But Seven of Cups falling out, you have a lot of opportunities. And our brains are going to pay attention to the things that it believes to be true, because our brains have a high-ass ego. And if you tell yourself that nothing is working out, that you are miserable, that you are depressed, that the world sucks right now, that is going to be the case. But happiness is habitual. You have to allow yourself to see the opportunities that you can live in the present moment, that you can enjoy things, and it doesn't make you any more naive. You have to understand that you are the creator of your reality, whether you like it or not, because your reality is based on your perspective. If you feel miserable, you are always going to feel miserable. If you keep telling yourself that I'm going to feel better once something happens, it's never going to be the case. You are never going to be happy, because your brain doesn't know what happiness is, because it doesn't enjoy it in the present moment. It doesn't experience that in the present moment. So with that being said, I'm going to go back to the question. What is it that you want to experience before the year ends? If it's love, learn to love yourself. Learn to open up your heart. Learn to be vulnerable. Because yes, building boundaries is so important, but your boundaries might be built without any doors. And that door should have a lock on it. It should have a password on it, but you should allow people into your life if they are meant to be there. If you feel like you're going to be happier with them, don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. In the present moment, will this person give you a sense of pleasure? Will this person allow you to experience being a human being a little bit more? And yes, it's really scary, but you have to learn to live in the present moment. If you are striving for money, how can you make a little bit more money? Or how can you learn to be grateful for the money that you already have? Because I know this isn't the case for everybody, but you might have more than you think you do. Maybe you have to budget a little bit more. Maybe you need to use money a little bit more wisely. Or maybe you have to take a couple dollars and get yourself a sweet treat, and know that your money isn't just for bills, that some of that money can be used to treat yourself because you deserve it. That is what money is for. And I know things are tough, but you have opportunities to get out of this. If you are striving for better friendships, you have to get yourself out there. You have to meet new people. New Year's is coming up. Go to some New Year's parties. Go to some Christmas parties, even though that's more of a family celebration. But you can meet new people at any point in time. Get on some sort of forums, get on some sort of blogs and meet new people. The internet is there for you to experience talking to people and connecting to people all around the world. There's so many opportunities right in front of you. You need to stop paying attention to all the little things that aren't working out, because again, as I said, you are going to drive yourself insane. Focus on that sense of hope. Focus on the things that are working out, because with the Seven of Cups falling out, I know that things are working out for you. You're just not taking those risks because you're too scared of losing what you already have. But if you're miserable, what is there to lose? Figure out what you want to experience for the rest of the year and push yourself towards it. With love, learn to love yourself. With money, get yourself a sweet treat and you'll know that you have more than you think you do. With friendship, learn to meet new people. Force yourself to meet new people, even if it's scary. If you want family, make your friends your family, because they're there for you as well. There's so many things that you can experience in the present moment, and you need to stop living in the future, because if you don't live in the present moment, you are never going to live.